It was a windy Monday afternoon, and the Truman baseball team was taking on St. Pius X. Dawson Torpy was up the bat and hit a grounder back to the plate. Caleb Lockwood began running to second base when the pitcher threw to the shortstop, who quickly threw the ball that struck Caleb in the face. As the ball hit the ground, nothing but gas could be heard, and as everyone was in shock of what just happened. Now, a few days later, let's take a closer look. So Dawson, you were running the first one that happened. What did it look like from your point of view?
It was a 3-1 pitch, and I was like looking for my pitch, to freaking drive one up the middle. Well, I hit it up the middle, but right to the pitcher. And so he throws to short as I'm like running to first base.
So they're about to roll the play. Caleb's running at full speed. The dude doesn't hesitate.
And all of a sudden I just hear like a bang.
My first reaction is I think I was hollering for Nikki before the ball even hit the ground. Because I knew you did not hear the plastic helmet get hit. You did not see the helmet come flying off. So unfortunately, I knew right away that it caught none of the helmet, that it was strictly ball to face.
Well, I was in the bullpen chucking about 95, and then I see him get domed for about 220. So it really hurt me as a person, because I knew I loved that guy. That's my brother.
Yeah, I was on the bench at the moment, and seeing one of my best friends go down like that after the shortstop threw it at his face, I was like the first one to jump out, and the trainer actually ran over to second base without her medical bags, so they were calling for the bags, and I rushed out, and I got him. I brung him. Before I even got there, I could see the blood spewing out of his face, and I just looked at him, and it looked like there was just a humongous bulge right in the middle of his face, and I kind of like threw the bags down and like had to walk away so I could settle my stomach, but it was just a crazy scene to see.
Baseball has a long history of head injuries that most people overlook. Back when the sport was first invented, no one wore helmets, and this led to a lot of gruesome head injuries. The tides turned, however, when Ray Chapman, a longtime veteran for the Cleveland Indians, was struck in the head during a game and died shortly after. The MLB decided that all batters must wear a protective helmet after this accident, and ever since then, the helmets have been getting better and better every year. With that being said, the helmets can't prevent every injury, they just lighten the blow. Freak injuries still happen, such as Giancarlo Stanton getting hit so hard by a pitch that it broke his jaw and he missed the rest of the season, or Aroldis Chapman getting hit during a preseason game by a line drive that broke his eye socket. All these injuries are horrible, but what happened to Caleb is right there with the worst facial injuries ever. Caleb broke his nose and 3 other facial bones that put him out of baseball for over a month and led to him getting a surgery. Baseball is a dangerous sport, and these athletes put their faces at risk every time they step on the field.
In baseball, it's the worst in-person injury I've ever seen. Now, I've coached football my first 4 years here, and I saw some compound fractures. But in baseball, it's the worst I've ever seen.
Probably the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, especially on my team. I hit a kid in the face the other day, and he was fine. So
I seen a kid break his leg, but man, Caleb's getting domed in his face. I haven't seen anything that bad.
It's definitely the most gruesome injury I've seen, especially after get surgery. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was pretty scary. Brain injuries are a lot different than like any other injuries in your body. Your brain doesn't heal as fast or even at all. So it was pretty concerning. He got hit pretty hard with the ball getting turned over for a double play. And it was just pretty scary. He started bleeding a whole bunch. But yeah.
So we're here on the highway. We're going to go see Caleb.
You know, it's been 2 days since the game. He's been in high spirits over text, but we're going to see how he is in real life.
So Caleb, it's been about like 2 or 3 days since the accident happened. What do you do now?
Pretty much, I just kind of sleep. I kind of wake up, eat, take medicine, maybe walk upstairs for a little bit, drink a lot of water, that type of stuff. Ice my eyes.
And, what is your pain right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
Right now, it's pretty low just because, there's not much going on. But, prior to the accident, it was probably like a 9 out of 10.
So does it get worse or better throughout the day?
It just depends, on swelling. When it's so I've been changing a lot pretty much, but it was pretty low earlier. Then it spiked for a little bit because my eyes started to swell up a little bit more, and then I ice it and it goes back down. So.
Okay, and I know you had a pretty crazy hospital experience. Run us through that.
So pretty much I had to go to 2 hospitals. The first one just got some x-rays and they didn't really help all that much because they don't have any like specialists there. So I just kind of like sat there for a while, just pretty much like, swallowing blood, and it was pretty nasty. Then I went to the second hospital, and the car rides were probably the worst because I was just trying not to throw up, just sitting there, oozing and stuff. And then I get to the second hospital, you have to go through security. It takes like 30, 40 minutes, and I'm still bleeding. I'm still holding like a little rag there. And get through everything, I finally get in the room. And then I had probably like 5 to 6 different doctors come talk to me, nurses go check my nose and everything. Look at my eyes, kind of explain what's happening and where I need to move on from, there. And I think every time somebody talked to me, it was just like something crazy, like going on in my head. It was just pretty much anytime anybody talked, it was just like a spike in pain. And so you can imagine talking to like 6, 7 doctors, 5, 6 nurses, and plus my parents, and having to, constantly get checked by them and everything. It was rough.
Right now I'm here at Truman Baseball Stadium, where we're going to go take a closer look at what happened to Caleb. That's all Caleb saw this Monday night, when he was struck in the face on a double play, trying to turn 2 by the shortstop. Caleb, right here in this very spot, put his hands on his knees, and it was over for him. What was going through your mind? You were on first, Dawson was out at the plate. What was going through your mind right in that situation?
Just hustle pretty much. I wasn't really thinking about much. I just wanted to make it there, or even just kind of attempt to break up the play at first. So.
Okay, and you described a lot of crazy things about your pain. Tell us about it.
Pretty much all I remember was the ball leaving the guy's. Well, I didn't even see it leave the guy's hand. I just saw him start to throw, and then next thing you know, it's like a flashbang. I just saw a flash, and then it was just ringing, and then I really couldn't see for about 30 seconds. So.
And would you say like this is the most crazy pain you've ever experienced in your whole life?
Yeah, I've been through a lot, but this is probably the most. So.
And afterwards, the team was around you, the guys were talking to you. How was just that interaction?
It was fine. I actually was doing okay, like after everything. But I think I had to get up and go wash off my arm. When I did that, I think I kind of started bleeding a little bit more, started swallowing a little bit more blood, and then I kind of didn't feel as well, so I had to leave.
It's been a roller coaster for you the past few days. I've seen your face several times. It's changed like rapidly. Like,
yeah.
Has it just been difficult to like deal with that?
A little bit. I just keep sleeping and putting ice on it. So.
And how has your family helped with this whole thing?
They've been a huge help. And my friends obviously. It really means a lot, and they're just here for me. So.
Yeah. Well. We're all rooting for you. We want you to get back on there. You're a senior, obviously. This sucks for you. But I know there's a lot of guys. The team has said really good things about you. They all want you to come back strong.
Yeah.
And are you going to be ready when the time comes?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
What would you say to Caleb if you were here right now?
I don't even know. I mean, you have to get through it, I guess. It sucks for him. But
I'd tell him to slide next time, obviously, and then I'd just tell him to get better. Hopefully he's all good. It was kind of a weird thing going in like after that, having to play for the first time varsity, playing outfield after that. So it worked out good in the end, but it was still pretty scary.
Hey man, you just gotta get better. We need him back if he can come back. We need him to pitch and do how he's been doing all year. So, yeah.
Well, make sure he's okay and getting better, first of all. I mean, that's my first thought. but just understand if you're playing, if he goes on to play Ben Johnson or anything, that in a situation like that, you've got to get down. Like I said, a double play, but you still have your face intact is much better than we got the double play anyway, and he got a severe injury from it.
Get well soon, man. Ice up.
I'd say he needs to get better. He needs to ice up, like Kanye said, and not take any more to the face.
Always slide, ice up, and just get your eyes better. They don't look right.
Come back, dude. We need you to eat innings. Like, push through it, man. I know it's going to be really difficult. Just, we need him back.
I just want to say thank you for everyone out there, all my brothers and everyone that is kind of showing me love and thinking about me. It means a lot to me and my family, and, you guys are my world, so thank you.